I was always that shy kid, used to cry whenever somebody used to push me for dancing. I was just 3 years old and they took me for training, but I was so shy that I left that school. No, I don't think I'm the dancer. I used to go in weddings, throw my hands and like, yeah, this is what I maximum can do. Me, my dad and my mom, we used to just dance in our drawing rooms together. We used to enjoy dancing a lot. Friday was my last working day. Sunday morning was my first working day in Dubai. If I take that step, quitting my job and getting into this full time, it might work out.
There is a secret which a lot of people don't know about you.
I started studying Vastu. There is so much of science in it, people still don't know. If you really love something, give your heart and your mind and your soul to it, it's gonna come to you. For sure, it's gonna come to you.
Welcome to Women of Wonder by Reema Mahajan, or Wow Women as we lovingly called it. This is our initiative to bring to you empowered and ambitious women to share their journeys with you so that we can all get some inspiration. My guest today is very, very special. She is a celebrity choreographer, she's a dance influencer, she's an architect and the founder of Astro Vastu Sutradhar. She's none other than Umang, Shandilya, Dosanjh.
Thank you so much, first of all, for that lovely introduction.
Welcome to the show, Umang.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely our pleasure to have you here.
It's my honor to be here, sitting with all of you and having this podcast, the first ever podcast of my life. So, this is the best way to start with it.
Amazing. And it's going to be an amazing next couple of minutes that we talk about your journey. You are a very well-known dance influencer. Where did dancing start in your life? How did it come into being?
So it started before I was born because it was in my genes. My parents are an extremely beautiful dancers. My mom was a singer as well. But then she had tonsils operation and she said, listen, I'm not going to sing anymore. So she found her another love in dancing. Me and my brother, we're just two siblings. We used to enjoy dancing a lot because me, my dad and my mom, we used to just dance in our drawing rooms together. That's how it started. And then she put me into so many schools for learning dancing. But I was always that shy kid. We used to cry whenever somebody used to push me for dancing. Not a lot of people know that there's a school called Gandharv Mahavidyalaya in India, in Delhi. I was just 3 years old and they took me for training, but I was so shy that I left that school. And people give auditions like 15 years. It's not easy to get into that school. And I don't know what happened, but then that was the journey, how it started. And then my mom used to tell me that, you know what, you're a really good dancer. You should practice more. You should do something about it. And I was like, no, I don't think I'm the dancer. I used to go in weddings, just do one or two hands here and there, throw my hands and like, yeah, this is what I maximum can do. Then during my first year of college, we were waiting for our results for 2 months. And my friends told me that, listen, we don't have anything to do. So let's do one thing. Let's join a dance school. And let's all just join there, just go there for fun. And we all joined that dance school. In a month, I was promoted from one batch to another. And then I realized that, listen, I don't even have friends in my class anymore. The friends that I joined with, I'm all alone and just here in a dance school. Let me just focus on dancing then. And that's it. I got trained. I was the first person who got promoted to all the levels in 9 months, where it takes 3 years to graduate from that school.
That sounds amazing. 9 months for a course which would take 3 years.
Yeah. That was weird for me. By then I was in the 4th year of my college when I started thinking that, okay, this is not working out for me. Because I was doing architecture with it, 5 years of architecture. And trust me, architecture is a labor job.
Why do you say that?
Imagine running to college in the morning at 7 a.m. with a big board in your hand with 5,000 sheets and just standing all over till 6 p.m., standing and just drawing, coming back home again, studying, and then making your sheets. Because our work is not study work. We have to draw everything.
Yes.
And now you have softwares. During my time, we used to draw everything. So we used to just sit till 4 a.m. in the morning, do our homework, then again 7 a.m. going to the college. So that was becoming very hectic for me. That's when I thought, okay, I cannot learn anymore. I need to take a break. So even when I was taking a break, I started teaching young kids in my vicinity. I used to tell my aunties, neighborhood aunties, that if you have little kids, just send it to my home. I will start teaching them. And I did that for 6 years.
Amazing.
So
with respect to all the architects and respect to their work, I think dancing sounds much more fun also.
Much more fun, trust me. Especially when you're doing that job. I was working after doing my bachelor's. I was working for 3 years and I used to come back at 9 p.m. and I used to still take 1 hour class, thinking because that was my stress buster. I used to just take 1 hour classes every day, even till the time when I came to Dubai. I was working here again. I had a job that we'll discuss again. Yeah. But this always has just been my stress buster. And now making a career out of it, it was just happened out of nowhere.
So talk to me, when you moved to Dubai and you
Yeah.
worked, when did the transition happen? How long have you been in Dubai?
So this is my current fifth year, running fifth year. I came to Dubai in 2019 when I was placed from my MBA school. So
Right.
I did my master's in project management and I was working. I got a placement in Delhi and then I got a call from my college that, listen, there's an overseas placement overseas. If you want to sit. And I thought, I have a job already. I have nothing to lose. What's maximum I can do? So let me just sit for the interview and let's see. And Friday was my last working day in Cushman and Wakefield, and Sunday morning was my first working day in Dubai. Within 2 days, this transition happened. First 6 months were horrible because I had no one here. When I
Right.
moved here, I didn't even have one single family member here. So I was just all by myself. And I realized that this is the most boring time of my life. What do I do? I used to go back home, cook for myself, go to gym for 1 hour, and then just sleep. And then I realized that this is not me. This is not happening. I started looking for dance classes. I started looking for Bhangra troops, big teams, dance teams. I started approaching them within 6 months. Then I started teaching in a dance school, 1 hour freelancing after my office. So I used to go there, 1 hour teach, come back, do my gym, make my food, and just sleep, go back to sleep. And from that one hour, I realized that, hey, maybe in future, if I take that step
Yeah.
of quitting my job and getting into this full time, it might work out. So that exactly is my transition from Delhi to Dubai in maybe one day.
Did you think it was a big risk leaving a fat corporate salary?
Oh my
Probably.
God, ask me about it. When you don't get that paycheck
Yes.
in your account, and you think like, shit, what was that? First 3 months was a big struggle because I had an apartment on my own, and then bills and diva and everything, and I thought, I did my maths. I knew that I'm gonna come out of it, as I had some savings when I was working. When I was taking this decision, it took me 6 months
Yeah.
to take that step, because when you are 30, you don't take stupid decisions in your life. You think about those decisions. You think what's gonna happen
You're
after.
no longer 20 to just
Yeah,
jump into it.
Yeah, just jump into it, and you're not even living with your parents, so you have to take care of all your expenses. So I did my maths, but still it hit me from the first few months. And but then I realized that at least I'm not sitting in a 9 to 5 job and sitting there for 8 9 hours and just thinking, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? That itself was a big feeling. When you're doing something that you really love, and when you start, even if you're making less money out of it, you just love the fact that at least you get to do something that you're so happy and so passionate about.
I really see you very happy, and you're glowing from within because I think you're
Yeah.
kind of following your passion. You work
It does.
today with Nidhi Kumar, and
Yeah.
Nidhi is like the UAE's largest dance
Yes,
YouTuber,
yes,
right?
for sure.
Talk to us about your experience about working at NKD Studios, working with Nidhi. What is it
So
like?
this is how I say universe timings work together. So Nidhi and I collaborated over some videos, and then we became friends. And she was sitting in my house one day, and I told her that, listen, I am thinking of quitting my job. She said, Umang, be the best time of my life, because I think I might plan a studio, and if I do, then you have to just work with me. There's no other way. And I said, yes, that might work. So let's plan something. So 6 months down the line, we were working together in a studio. We opened the studio together, and I still remember because I was working with some other studio before, and I told them that, listen, I'm gonna switch now, and from a freelancer to a full time dancer. So NKD, my batch was the first batch that we started the studio with. It was a full
Amazing.
fledged batch that we started.
Right.
So the friendship has turned into being colleagues.
Yes.
But it is that comfort, when she was thinking of taking her career one level up, and I was thinking to take the biggest leap of
Yes.
faith. I thought maybe that was the best timings universe had for me.
I think the universe conspires to get the
Yes,
right
for
people
sure.
together.
For
isn't
sure.
it?
And it always came very natural with her, because this is what I was saying about the universe timing, that I met Nidhi at the right time when she was ready to take her career on one level up as launching a studio, UAE's biggest content creation studio. And that's how my timings matched with her, because I was taking this biggest leap of faith that I was quitting my job, starting my career. And in the end, yes, we do share a common goal of giving whatever we have. She goes out of her way to help people. And this is me in other ways. When I start teaching, I don't see any filters. I don't take any filters. That if I know 10 dance forms, I would make sure that all my students, be it the batch or private students, everybody that they know me need to know everything that I have.
Amazing. Uma, you have trained a lot of celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Talk to us about some of these famous names you've trained.
It's weird when I think about it now. So I did a song for Jagidi when he was in town. And it's so weird that they somehow I've just got messages from celebrities themselves saying that, hey, we're coming to this town and we saw some videos of you.
And you are the
So,
superstar.
oh no. Don't know about that, but
Yeah.
but yeah. So I've trained Jagidi, and then I was the choreographer for Bohemia show that happened in Dubai.
Right.
Then I've trained Sunanda Sharma for a song that we shot for her in Dubai, and yeah, I mean, Ash King came to Dubai, and the singer, and he was thinking, listen, I'm too camera shy, but I really want to do something like some dance moves if you could train me. And then recently I met Lana Rose and we were training. She was super inspired by Nora Fateh, and she said, Umang, just do one thing. Just teach me what Nora does. Just teach me what Nora does. So yeah, that has been my journey so far.
And which of these collaborations has been your absolutely favorite one that you won't forget all your life?
That I will still say that it's Sir Bohemia.
Uh-huh.
Because when we did the show, it was so weird because that's a very alien feeling to me. When we have not experienced something, it's alien to you. So we did a show here in Dubai. It was sold out. Everybody loved it. And then we went to Bahrain for his next show. And before, when it was technical rehearsals, they were already standing there waiting for Bohemia. And I just went on the stage just to check some sound system and everything. And that moment when I went on the stage, everybody was just screaming my name. The audience was screaming my name. And I was like, wow, this is new.
And how big was the hall? How many people
It
were
was,
there?
again, same as Agenda Arena, like
Oh my
Dubai.
God.
So when people scream your name and you're on that stage, I was so scared that I just ran off. What is this? This is not my life. I just ran from that stage. Because again, I was never trained. What I'm doing right now is people's profession.
Yes.
This was not my profession. I was trained to be in corporate sector. I was trained to be an architect. I was trained to be a project manager, sitting behind the screen and working for
Yes.
people. Now being in front of people and even getting those compliments, I still can't take it. I went to this random store. I walked in and people said, "Oh, I think we know you. You're Umang, right?" I said, maybe, yeah, I could be. I
Yeah, the
could be.
celebrity status is
I don't
there.
know.
You're
But
getting
it's-
spotted.
But it's weird for me because I don't think that I'm made or I was made for this. This has been dropped on me, and I think I'm taking it slowly. I don't want to get overwhelmed with feelings because being in front of people is a big responsibility. People actually follow you. Just don't follow you on social media. It's not just that button that they press. They actually follow what you say, what you do. So that is a big responsibility, and I don't want to take something so lightly, something so big so lightly.
So, Oman, I must compliment you. I think you're a beautiful example of somebody who was trained for corporate world, decided to call it quits and take her passion to the sky, honestly, and make a big name for yourself. लोगों को लगता है कि डांस करना बहुत easy है, right? Everybody thinks they are a dancer, but I'm sure when you pull off shows, there's a lot of hard work.
A lot.
Talk to me how hard it is to pull people together, especially to train your troops together, right?
It
You're
is-
training like 100 dancers together at times,
Yeah.
right?
It is crazy sometimes. It take a toll on your health as well. Let's say you were leading. Let's say when I was doing Bohemia show, I was leading the tour. It was so difficult for me to get people in one place. And it's not just dancers. It's not just about dancing. It is about what they wear, how they look on the stage, how the stage setup is going to be. What is our costume going to match with Bohemia, sir? It should not be like everything is
Yes.
out of, everything should look coherent.
Yeah.
Like it's happening as one team.
Yes.
Again, it is just not about being dancing, to be able to dance on that stage. It is about being able to connect with the audience, whereas you still keep that one person as the center of attraction. You don't even take away attention from the audience. And then managing people is so difficult, especially teens,
Yeah.
because mostly all my students are teenagers. And as you say, Gen Z is like that, living their own world. They don't want to listen to anyone. That I think is a lot to learn from as well. They teach you so many things in so many ways that you
Yeah.
don't even realize.
Right.
But then the best part again is to be able to be a part of someone else's story.
Yeah.
When you meet them, when you train them, they go back home taking an experience or a lesson or something that they've not got from anybody else.
Right.
So that I think is the most difficult part. Making a small space in someone's heart or someone's life is, I think, is the biggest thing of being a dancer.
I think you make a big space in everybody's heart
Thank you.
when they follow you. So there is a secret, Umang, which a lot of people don't know about you. It's
Yeah.
about Astro Vastu.
Yeah.
Honestly, when we were doing our research, even
Yeah.
we didn't know about you about this. So talk to about this. What exactly is it? How did
Yeah.
you get into this?
So I am again born in a Brahmin family.
Hmm.
Shandilya is basically my gotra. We are Sharmas. So astrology and Vastu and numerology has been like a normal discussion. People have breakfast and they have normal story to discuss. We discuss astrology in our house. So this was my background. And then when I was studying architecture, my Guruji, who was my teacher of Vastu, came to my college for a guest lecture. And since then, I got that attention of, okay, that is something weird because science says something else and Indian Vastu says something else. So let me just study that as well. So right after my architecture, when I was in my fourth year of college, I was doing my internship. I started studying Vastu. And I ended up doing bachelor's in Vastu, master's in Vastu. And it was just, I think my interest came apart from the reason that I was born in a family. It came from logic. You know, when some people say that ye nahi bade log keh gaye hain, you have to do it. But I used to always ask question that why, kyun, but times have changed. Everything has changed. Why have they said that and why are we still following it? So when I started studying Vastu, I realized that there is so much of science in it that people still don't know. So, and apparently all my clients, my Vastu clients are young clients. People who are buying their first house or moving into their first house, or let's say renovating their house, moving out of their parents' house, getting something different. Because they ask me these questions, and at least I feel that I am little knowledgeable enough to give them answers because I was seeking them by myself.
Right.
So when I talk to people about Vastu as a science, they actually connect and they connect immediately. They don't take it as, okay, ye to Vedas ka hai, ya we don't, because, you know, times have changed and all of that. Because I was that one person who used to ask same questions because I knew that if I'm asking, if I go for consultancies, people will ask me these questions. So that came out of curiosity of what is the science behind Vastu.
Right.
That I know it's Vedas, we all need to respect, but then we need to understand to be able to comprehend them in our lives.
So from a skeptic of Vastu to you actually turned up into a Vastu entrepreneur
Yeah,
now.
to be honest.
And when you studied it, what were the top 3 or 4 findings that you found about Vastu being actually more scientific than a myth or, you know, like
Yeah.
a belief, basically?
Because I'm a strong believer of science because I've done my architecture, so I had science as my background. And when I used to study, I was always fascinated with cosmic studies, and I was like, okay, wow, this is really fun. This is really fun. Okay, physics can prove that, but Vastu cannot prove it. That astrology comes in place where astrology can prove it. I started studying astrology just out of interest. That I started telling my friends that, oh, you're going to get married in this year and that's going to be the name of your husband.
All right.
That was just fun. But then Vastu, I was pretty serious about. Let's say, I'm giving you a small example. People say that Southeast is not good for females.
Yes.
So I'm just giving an example. Southeast is the direction of fire.
Right.
And fire can melt anything. Anything. You can put hardest of metal in it, it will melt it. And why are females more effective when they're sleeping in the southeast direction? Because the planet rules the southeast direction is Venus, and females are Venus.
Right.
So our body stands on a very long bone. That's our spine.
Okay.
You know, we can stand still because of our spine.
Yes.
And it is the hardest metal of our body.
Right.
And it is a scientific study. The term is called scoliosis, where your backbone starts bending.
Right.
And I've done a research where I've had medical reports of ladies who have scoliosis, and they have nothing. They have no background, no medication background, or not even parents or anybody with problem with bones, but just their back is bending.
Right.
And then I started studying about it. Their rooms were in Southeast.
Got it.
And without any medical treatment, we just changed their room. And I have a really close friend. She's my client as well. And she's back to normal. Her backbone is straight.
What an
as a
amazing
new backbone.
story there. Oh my God.
And it's not this. So when this happened, because, you know, it doesn't come with 1 or 2 consultancies.
Right.
When you do thousands and thousands
How many
of
have
them,
you done so far?
I can't count them now.
You can't count?
No.
Is it 1,000 plus? Maybe more?
Maybe.
More?
Because I think it happened, I started doing out of
Yes,
interest. I
yes.
used to go to my friend's house.
Yes.
I go to a restaurant, I open my compass. I go to a shop, a
You
clinic,
walk
I
around
open my
with a compass
compass.
pretty much.
Yeah, it's nowadays everything is in your phone. So, but then I started studying, started researching, and then I asked questions to people.
Yes.
Okay, are you having this problem?
Right.
So if it comes out like, yeah, how do you know? I said, okay, then I go back and start studying, start doing my research. Okay, this is the reason. That's why it's happening. So it
Have
started
people
from,
been super surprised by your findings? Like you've told somebody just by
I am surprised
entering the
by,
house?
but to be honest, it's not me. I don't feel it's me.
Right.
That's what my company says. Its names is Vastu Sutradhar.
Right.
Sutradhar is a host, is a
Right.
thread
Yes.
that connect point A to point B.
Right.
So when I go there, I don't go to someone's house like, okay, I am coming to help you.
Right.
They have just ordered something and they're getting it delivered, and I'm the
Yes,
delivery person.
yes, yes.
So
The
if you have
universe-
ordered, some help to the universe is sending it to you. It's not me. I'm just coming as a delivery guy, telling you that, look, this is your parcel, you need to sign here. And it's a trade-off that I do. So it's never me. Even when something happens, when I tell somebody and that is actually happening, it surprises me.
Right.
It surprises me in that moment that how do I even know?
Right.
Whereas I'm just a host. So I think maybe I've done a course to be a delivery guy, but I'm not.
You are the
I'm
agent
not
of the universe.
yeah, maybe we can put it in that words. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, it is just me going there and helping people.
Right. Amazing. So, one tip for me: which side should my head be when I'm going to sleep tonight? I've gotten so confused and read so many
Okay.
researches.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, if you want to focus on getting success,
Yes.
or if you want to be really creative,
Yes.
you should sleep with your head towards east direction,
Okay.
which not a lot of people tell you. Everybody
Yes.
says that to sleep towards the head towards south direction because
Yes.
it attracts sound sleep.
Okay.
And I'll give you a very clear and very easy example.
Yes.
So science says that Earth has North Pole and South Pole.
Yes.
We have magnets. We all have played with magnets. When you try to attract two North Pole, two knots together, two plus, it never attracts.
Yes. Opposite
When
sides.
you switch it, plus
Yes.
minus, it attracts.
Okay.
So your body is proven to have a North Pole, that is your head,
Okay.
and your feet is your South Pole.
Right.
So when Earth's North Pole and your North Pole come together,
So you would repel.
yes. That's why they tell you don't sleep with your head towards north.
Okay.
Because you will wake up with a headache or a migraine because you're
Right.
all your night you're trying to
Yes.
get attached or connected, but you're
Right.
not.
Yes.
The moment you switch, you immediately get that connection. So that is the easiest way to
Well,
explain.
I am going to go check my bedroom tonight. Great. So, Uman, now we're going to move on to the next section, which is my
Okay.
favorite section, which is called rapid fire. Okay. This is a quick one. Just direct dil se, okay, as I call it. You have to just answer whatever comes to your mind, the first thing which comes to your mind. That's
Okay.
completely fine. Who's your favorite dancer or choreographer of all the times so far?
It's Jojo Gomez. She's a American dancer. She's amazing. That's my all-time favorite. I idolize her.
Amazing. What is the one guilty pleasure or guilty listen that you enjoy or indulge in?
It's YouTube videos about astrologies. You know those people get go on their WhatsApp or Facebooks. I
Yes.
go on YouTube and check.
And you search for astrology.
Yeah, I just listen to them. I don't do anything out of it, but I just once I start listening to them, I'm just indulging from that video to another to another to another. That happens to me.
Great. What is something that most people don't know about you or would be surprised to learn?
That I'm a good singer.
Can we have a little song?
I don't know.
Little song.
That maybe next podcast. I can just tell. I cannot prove it. It's rapid fire.
What is the one thing that makes you laugh or smile?
A baby smile.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's the best.
What is the one skill or talent that you wish you had or want to learn?
I was born lefty. Then I started training myself to write with right hand because I used to feel so weird in my class. Everybody's writing with the right. So I can write with both my hands, but
You're
not.
ambidextrous, right?
Yeah, but then I can still not write at the same
Oh,
time.
not together, but
Yeah.
you can still
But
use both.
Yeah, I can.
So
still
you
use
have a
both.
left brain and a right brain.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Equally balanced.
Equally balanced. Amazing. If you could learn any language or instrument, what would it be?
I really want to learn guitar.
Uh-huh.
Really want to learn guitar. Language, I don't know because even if I
Yeah,
learn,
yeah.
I'll forget it.
If you could invite anybody to dinner with you tonight or tomorrow, who would it be and what would you serve to them?
Diljit Dosanjh. And I will serve his recipes from COVID times when he used to make dal or all of that
Yeah.
on with Alexa.
Amazing. So Diljit Dosanjh, I'll come and join you for the dinner if
Yeah,
he's
for
coming.
sure.
Great. So, Umang, you never share anything about your private life on social
Yeah.
media. To be honest, we had a very hard time researching on you.
I like
So tell us why.
I just give it a very simple example again. Let's say you have a shop of beautiful watches, okay, and you have all the best watches on display, but you will never put display of your watch that you wear or that would probably was your first buy or your first gift to your parents. So I take it as family life as well. My Instagram is my shop. I sell my dancing there. People come and watch and have a good time, and they come to me for that same thing. They want to learn. I don't think it's relevant for me to put my personal life on that shop because it doesn't hold any position there. And this is my mantra for life that what is yours, you need to protect it.
Right.
And I love to protect my personal life because it's very, very precious to me. And I like it that way.
Amazing. And what's coming next, Umang? What are the big projects or exciting things that we would look forward or hear very soon?
Well, exciting things for me is there are two big projects in loop. But I'm just waiting for a good confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah, exciting thing for me is meeting. I do have students who have been coming to me for good 5 years since the time I'm here. But I still love to have new people on board. Still like the challenge of training people who are completely away from this field of dancing, and they come to me and that, listen, I've never danced, but it's just like I've seen your video so many times that it has given me a push. So I'm just here, do something for me.
Right.
So that is my excitement. And trust me, it's same for every student. Whenever anybody enters my class, I'm like, okay, this person is going home with a good lesson and after having a lot of fun. So that 1 hour that they come and spend with me, my goal is that they go home and they think about me and they're like, oh, we need to go back again.
And can you make non-dancers dance?
Oh yes.
So let's finish this show with a little dancing tip for
For
me.
sure. Are you ready?
I am ready. That was amazing, Umang.
Thank you.
I think
Did you like it?
I loved it. And I think probably the quickest I'd learned a dance step too. So
Really?
I believe that you can pretty much train anybody to dance.
Thank you.
Before we close this, do you have any more myth busting that we can do regarding your Astro Vastu?
Yes. So science says that most of the airborne diseases comes from your toilet seat.
Okay.
Because if you imagine now,
Yes.
all your body's waste go into that toilet seat and you just flush it
Yes.
and it's just everywhere. It is
Right.
actually everywhere.
Yeah.
The way water evaporates
Yes.
is everywhere. And Vastu says that the most negative energy comes from your toilet seat because it is connected to the
Drain, yeah.
That is the most negative kind of energy. Vastu says that just keep your lid of your toilet seat down all the time.
Okay.
We think that, okay, no, what is, it's not hygienic
Yes.
or whatever. But then science says the moment when you press that button of flush and you're standing in the same toilet,
Yes.
it's not like our toilets are like big rooms.
Yeah.
So all of that negative energy is everywhere around you. And that's when people fall sick. In India, during old times, our toilets used to be away from houses.
Yes.
First
In the
thing,
fields, yeah.
very far.
Yes.
Even if you see any monuments, you go to any old monument, you'll be like, this is their room. And then on that one corner was their toilets. And now we have, in modern architecture, we are limited on space.
Yeah,
So you have
attached bathrooms.
everything in the same place. So Vastu says, just keep your lid down and then flush it. And science says, keep your lid
Do you
down.
practice that?
Always.
Ah.
And all my clients do.
Okay.
All my clients.
Well, that's a very interesting tip. Like, I think, and that's a very easy one to
That is
take
very
up
easy,
also,
yeah.
right? So I'm going to be starting doing that. Just close my toilet lids all the time.
All the time, yes. Especially before you flush. I know it's gross, but guys, it's about health.
It's about health. And I think COVID has taught us enough about health.
Enough
so I
about
guess
health.
everybody would be conscious of that.
Yes, for sure.
Amazing. It's been a beautiful talking to you, Umang. I
Thank
think
you so
I've learned a lot about how you switched from a corporate career to following your passion. So you are an inspiration for a lot of women who are
Thank you.
actually looking to switch their 9 to 6 jobs, have found it boring, but you can also switch jobs and find something that you're truly passionate.
For
Follow
sure.
it with your heart, and
With your
success
heart.
will come
For
over
sure.
time.
If you
So-
really, really love something, give your heart and your mind and your soul to it, it's going to come to you. For sure, it's going to come to you. If it came to me without even asking for it, I think people who are really passionate about, and it goes out for everybody, if you're sitting there on your chair contemplating to take that big step, take it. This is the time.
Brilliant. And as Umang and the Alchemist says that if you want something from your heart, the universe conspires to give it to you. With that, it's been a lovely talking to you.
Thank you
and
so
we look
much.
forward to the next one.
Thank you so much.